Hey kids. Okay, so today I'm going to go over how to draw a bunny, and I'm going to put the bunny in like a little area of like wildflowers. So like up close, but kind of in a field with some wildflowers. I'm going to start in pencil and then go over the lines I want to keep in Sharpie and then erase my pencil lines. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to place my bunny where I want it to go on the paper, and it's got a oval shape, kind of pointed down. I guess more like maybe an egg shape for the head, and then a circle will do for the body. Right about there. I'm going to have two little feet kind of peeking out, a little bit of the tail, and then of course, some ears. And you can draw the ears down too. They don't have to be sticking up. Now this ear is pointed that way, but this ear is pointed towards us. So you're going to be able to see some of the inside of that ear. And then you're going to have a nose, a mouth. We're going to trim that down a little bit, probably to there. And then an eye, right about there. All right, so once you have your bunny sort of in place, you can start to add its details. Now I'll do that in Sharpie so you can see it. So for the ear, it comes out a little bit before it goes back in. Same thing on that side. And then on this side also, add a little bit, back in. They do not have to be the same. And then that will have that kind of shape there for the inside of the ear. Now you can connect this over to here because that's going to be the back of the head. Bring this down to the front. You can just go right around, and then right about here, lift up a little bit. It's got another section to the head here. This is kind of like that wiggly side of its mouth. And then you can bring this to there. And put the nose in. It can be real simple. You can make like a basic triangle. You can bring a line down from it. I'm probably just going to do this real basic triangle shape. Keep it simple. And then an eye. So the eye is curved up this way and then down this way. I guess sort of like a fat lemon. And then in here, you want to put a circle. You're going to leave that white. So that's going to be the highlighted reflected area of the eye. I'm filling this in because I have the Sharpie here ready to go, but if you're still just drawing, you can, wait and do this later. You don't even have to fill it in, but if you want to, that's what would happen. Look like that. Now, imagine this goes behind the ear, right? The body starts to go behind the ear and then pops out on the other side and then comes around here and come all the way around down to this foot. Now, when you get to this foot, you're going to come down to the foot and out. So this is one line. Now, on the feet, you can give it these little sections there for the toes. Come over a little more. Come down again. Now for this one, you're going to kind of curl up. Not all the way though. And then you have these little sections for the toes. So cute. And then this line is going to be connecting from the neck to the body, and it can be kind of fuzzy because they're sort of real fuzzy in there. And now a fluffy little tail. All right, I'm going to pause my video, erase these pencil lines, and show you how to do some wildflowers. Okay, so for the flowers around the bunny, we want to remember that the bunny is small, right? So we're going to make our flowers pretty big, because if we make the flowers look really tiny, then the bunny will look massive, and that's not really what we want. So the flower might be about this size, right? And then if we have a flower on one part of the stem, maybe on other parts we just have, you know, like a bud. So I'll put some buds on this flower too. So for this flower, let's give it a center. And then we can do some petals outward. So make petal shape out this way. And remember, they really should not all be the same because, you know, it's natural. So no two things here are going to be the same. And some of them can be broken and some of them can be missing, and that just makes it look more realistic. These lines give it the look of some of the petals curling in. And then you have a couple that are behind. Now, if we wanted to make a bud, we would just have the petals curling up. They're not out yet. And there would be a shape down here to hold them together. You just don't see that under here, but it's there. You know what? This stem would come from here, so it's got to come this way. And it can go that way. All right, now for the leaves, you can have a lot of fun with leaves. Leaves taper in where they meet the stem. They don't start open because that looks more like a thorn. So when you want to do a leaf, you want to start in and go out a little bit, and then in and out on the way back. So curve out and then curve out so that here where they meet the stem, it's thin. And you can put some facing down. We can put that right in front of this. Like that. And then of course there's going to be, you know, grass here. Now another wildflower we can do is like a cluster of flowers at the top. So if we have a couple little flowers here, and these would be super tiny flowers, so that when you look at them, it all kind of looks like one flower, but when you get up close, you see that it's a whole bunch of little ones. And then they each have a little tiny stem connecting them together, right? And then maybe there's another little cluster over here. and then they attach to the same stem here. So this stem can be nice and long, and this can come from it, and then maybe one more here. And you can kind of like even smush these together, like they don't have to be separate. And then connect this. And then we could maybe put little leaves on this. So sometimes leaves are in little leaf sections and all attached to one stem back to the flower. So what you can do to make these is kind of make like a little lightning bolt in one direction, then a little lightning bolt in the other. Little, 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 and then they connect back. And then again, some grass down here. And when I do these in Sharpie, I can kind of overlap them properly. And let's do one or two more. So sometimes you have, let's put one over here, a flower that doesn't face up. Not all flowers face up all the time. So maybe we have one here that is, you know, kind of headed, pointed down. And have petals like that instead. And then here's one of those, if you made it pointed up. And then some leaves for this one also. Let's put a little clover down here for it. So for a simple way to do clover, you can draw the heart shape all coming out from the center, and then you can make the 4-leaf or the 3-leaf. I know that they look a little bit different in reality, but this is an easy, fun way to sort of handle them. It's a couple of 4 leaves for this lucky little bunny. Okay, so I'm going to go over these in Sharpie so you can see them, and I will talk to you in a second. Okay, so now of course is the fun part of coloring in your bunny and your flowers and whatever else you decide to put in your drawing. Your bunny can be white, it can be brown, you can have a whole lot of fun with fun colors. In your flowers, you know, you can add a whole bunch of more stuff to them, or you can do this and leave this as is and color what you have. Kids, have a wonderful time. Talk to you soon.